This question says find the gradient of the curve y equals x plus 3 times x minus 4 when x equals 2. We can find the gradient at a point on a curve using differentiation. So we need to differentiate this. We need to find dy dx. Before we can do that, we need to expand these brackets. We can't differentiate it in this form. With brackets, we need to get rid of them first. So we'll expand these brackets. X times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. 3x's are 3x. And 3 negative 4's are negative 12. So we can rewrite our equation by collecting the like terms as x squared minus x minus 12. Now we can differentiate. So we can find dy dx, our gradient function. So x squared differentiated times by the power, take 1 off the power. So that becomes 2x. We've got minus x next, and that's actually a straight line with a gradient of negative 1. And we've got a minus 12 on the end. That's got no gradient. It's a horizontal line with no gradient, so we don't have to write anything. So we've got our gradient function, dy dx, and that's 2x minus 1. When x is 2, dy dx is equal to 2 2's minus 1. 2 2's are 4. 4 take away 1 is 3. Okay, one for you to try. So pause the video and give this a go. So the question says find the gradient of the curve when y equals x squared plus 5x when x equals 3. So we find dy dx first, find the gradient function. So times by the power, take 1 off the power. We've got 2x, and the gradient of 5x is just 5. So our gradient function, dy dx, is 2x plus 5. So when x is 3, dy dx is 2 3's plus 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. This question says the curve y equals 4x squared plus 1 over x has one stationary point. So a stationary point is where there's no gradient, where the gradient is 0. So dy dx is 0. So at a stationary point, dy dx is 0. Find the coordinates of the stationary point. So we need to find where dy dx is 0. So we're going to find dy dx first. And I'm going to rewrite the equation first. So we've got 4x squared. We've got 1 over x. And that's the same as x to the power of negative 1. Now I'm going to find dy dx. So we're going to times by the power and take 1 off the power. 2 4's are 8. And 1 off the power becomes 1, which we don't need to write. So 8x. And for x to the power of negative 1, times by the power, which is negative 1x, or just negative x. Take 1 off the power. Negative 1 take away 1 is negative 2. So that's dy dx. We want to know where dy dx is equal to 0. So 8x minus x to the power of negative 2 is equal to 0. So we can find the x coordinate by solving this equation. So if we add x to the power of negative 2 to both sides, and it might be easier to rewrite this. So instead of x to the power of negative 2, I'm going to write 1 over x squared. They mean the same thing. Now I can multiply both sides by x squared. So x times x squared is x cubed. So 8x cubed equals 1. Divide both sides by 8. So x cubed is 1/8. And to get rid of cubed, we do the opposite of cubing, which is cube rooting. So x is the cube root of 1/8. You can type that in your calculator, but that will give you 1/2. So x is 1/2. We wanted the coordinates. We didn't want the x coordinate. We want both coordinates. So we need to substitute back in our x to find our y. So y is 4x squared plus 1 over x. We know x is 1/2, where we've got the stationary point. So we need to find our y coordinate. So it's going to be 4 times 1/2 squared plus 1 over 1/2. And again, you can type this straight in the calculator. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work it out. So 4 times 1/2 squared. Half squared is a quarter. 4 quarters are 1. And 1 over 1/2. How many halves go into 1? That's 2. So it's 1 plus 2, which is 3. So the coordinates are 1/2. So x then y, 1/2, 3. That's where there is a stationary point on that graph. Okay, one for you to try. So pause the video and give it a go. So the coordinates of the stationary point again. So I'm going to go straight to finding dy dx this time. So times by the power, take 1 off the power. 10x minus 2. The stationary point is where dy dx equals 0. So 10x minus 2 equals 0. We need to solve this equation to find our x coordinate. So plus 2 to both sides. And then divide both sides by 10. So 2/10, or simplified, 1/5. That's our x coordinate. We need to find our y coordinate. So substitute it back into the equation of the curve. So we've got 5 times 1/5 squared minus 2/5. And again, you can just type this into your calculator, and that will give you the y coordinate. So 5 times 1/5 squared. 1/5 squared is 1/25. 5/25 is the same as 1/5. We've got minus 2/5, which is minus 1/5. So the coordinates are 1/5 is the x, minus 1/5 is the y coordinate. And another question. So we've got curve C has the equation y equals x cubed minus 7x squared minus 5x plus 2. And part A says find dy dx. So we're going to times by the power and take 1 off the power. So for x cubed, that's 3x squared minus 7x squared becomes minus 14x minus 5x is a straight line with a gradient of -5 and 2. That part has no gradient, it disappears. So we've got dy dx. Find the range of values for which C has a positive gradient. So it's got a positive gradient when dy dx is positive, when dy dx is bigger than 0. So we've got a quadratic inequality to solve. We can solve this by factorizing. It's a factorizing quadratic when we've got a number in front of the x squared. There's lots of different ways that you can factorize this. You need to know one way that you're comfortable with. I'm going to go straight to the factorized version. So it's going to be 3x and x That's the only way I can get 3x squared. And it's going to be 5 and 1. That's the only way I can get the 5. And I want a negative 15 plus a 1. So I have my x values. My the roots will be at x equals what makes this 0. What makes the first bracket 0, which is minus 1/3. That's what x has to be to make the bracket 0. And for the second bracket, x has to be 5 to make the bracket 0. So these are our roots. I'll do a quick sketch of the graph. Now you may have a calculator that will solve these inequalities for you. But if you don't, we'll do a quick sketch of the graph. So we've got minus 1/3 and 5. That's where it crosses the x-axis. That's what the roots are. And we've got a shape like this, a positive quadratic. And we want to know where it's bigger than 0. Where it's bigger than 0 are the bits above the x-axis. So these bits here. So what can x be? So anything less than minus 1/3. Less than minus 1/3. Or anything bigger than 5. And here's one for you to try. So pause the video and give this a go. So firstly, find dy dx. So we're going to times by the power and take 1 off the power. So 1/3 times 3 is 1. And then take 1 off the power. So that's x squared. 1x squared. And we've got x squared times by the power, which is 2. Take 1 off the power, so it goes down to 1. Minus 15x, it's got a gradient of minus 15. And 10 has got no gradient. Now find the range of values for which c has a negative gradient. So it's got a negative gradient when dy dx is negative. So x squared plus 2x minus 15 is negative, less than 0. So again, let's factorize this. We'll find the points where it crosses the x-axis. So x in both brackets. What multiplies to give us a negative 15 and adds to give a positive 2? It's 5 and 3 plus 5 minus 3. So it crosses the x-axis. Our roots are at negative 5 and positive 3. So a quick sketch again. Negative 5, positive 3. And we want to know where it's less than 0. So what's x when it's beneath the x-axis? What are the x values that we can have in here? Anything between negative 5 and 3. So x is bigger than negative 5 and less than 3. In between negative 5 and 3.